All right, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Folk You. This is a singer-songwriter round robin that has been going on here in the greater Chicagoland area for 21 plus years, which I mentioned a moment ago to my distinguished guest, which is kind of hard to believe. But I mean, I suppose when I started this thing that long ago, I hoped it would be around this long. It's just when you put it in that terms, like 5 years seems like a lot, and then 10, and I suppose it's just smooth sailing from here out. But so glad to welcome these two performers here tonight. Let me introduce them briefly to my. I would never know how to do this. There we go. To that side over there is Nancy Rost, coming to us from Madison, Wisconsin, and a multiple time folk viewer, but it's been a while since she's been here. So I'm thrilled that she could be here tonight through the miracle of the internet. And to her, I got to do that again. To the other side of her, and that's not working. It's not going to come out over there. Is Mr. Mike Pecucci.
How's my hair? How's my hair?
Who's proud of his hair tonight, and who can blame him?
No, I'm never proud of it. I just want to.
It is what it's hair. You kind of have a Neil Youngish thing going on there, Mike. Got a Neil Youngish thing.
Yeah, I was thinking Iggy Pop.
Oh, either one. He's going to be happy with either one.
I'll take one Iggy over 20 Neil Youngs. Thank you.
I figured.
Thank you, young lady.
So let me give a quick spiel about what this thing is here. It's a singer-songwriter round robin, I said, but I'll just tell you very quickly what my take on that is, and has been pretty much is held pretty much the same for 21 plus years. Is that it's an opportunity for songwriters to get together, play original material, so either things they wrote on their own or things that they co-wrote, and in a more stripped down setting. So, ideally, I guess it'd be a close approximation of how they originally wrote the song or co-wrote the song. But in some cases, people will like revamp things that they wrote before, and for the opportunity to strip it down a little bit. And so just no covers, covers that people choose can be very interesting. It can say a lot about, their tastes and their process, but these sets, we have 3 sets for everybody, but they are brief. And so I want to get maximum original material from everybody. And I think that's it. Nancy and or Mike, anything to say before I send you down to the green room, as I love to call it? It's not green and it's not a room.
I just want to do jazz hands real quick. Okay.
Oh, wow. Now I'm feeling a little
I got a New York trip coming,
So, Nancy, we will see you soon. And so I'm going to put you down into the zone. Hang tight. And Mike, ditto for you soonish. All right. Okay, so always the tough part. I love the introduction, but just that initial segue in getting things going is like the rough part of the show. So yeah, thanks everybody for being here. And let me see what I've got for you. Oh yes, I am going to open tonight with a song from the Injured Parties, which is my band. It's from our first album, Fun with a Purpose, and it's called American Comfort, and it's a song that I actually recently added some verses to. It's kind of been part of our set for a while, and my set for a while, and then this I don't think we're really post-pandemic. Things are still wonky, but fairly recently, I just kind of added these 2 new verses to it. So if you never heard it before, you probably won't know what those are. And if you are familiar with it, I hope you like what I did with it. The other version still exists out there, but for now, this is the one I'm playing. American Comfort. Hummer does 95 down the highway. I will ride. Give me a ticket and I will pay. Drive my Hummer another day. American comfort, take me away. American comfort, get out of my way. My satellite dish gets Chinese news, Brazilian sports and African cartoons. I don't understand a single word of any of the languages that I have heard. American comfort, globally preferred. American comfort, giving you the bird. I got a closet full of guns. Last time I looked, there were 21. And down in the cellar upon the wall, there ain't enough space to hold them all. American comfort, armed to the teeth. American comfort, don't tread on me. Myself so I don't vote, dwelling in fear of being woke. I'd rather doze with pleasanter dreams of owning the lids with their CRT schemes. American comfort, I think, therefore I am. American comfort, inflamed by GOP scams. I retire at 75. I look back at my life, playing stocks and having drinks under umbrellas on the golf lanes. American comfort, wrapped up in me. American comfort, American comfort stinks. American comfort, American comfort, American comfort. right. So of course that used to be when I retire at 65, and it's crept up to 75, and someday, God, it's probably going to be 85, unless I want to change the rhyme. But I think the reality of it is, 75 seems much more feasible and much more necessary for a guy such as I. So wow, thank you. So the next one that I'm going to do is another Injured Party song. We're gearing up to do a new album. I'm going to do one song from it in a second. This is not it. This is from our second album, Product Placement, and it's actually an older song that coincidentally I used to play quite a lot at FolkU, and then I kind of took it out of rotation, and then we rocked it up with the band, and then I thought, well, I bring it back into FolkU, I'll just pull it back again. And I thought, no, I won't, because kind of I like the way that it's played now. It's not quite as rockin' because it's just me, but it's more or less following the band version of this song, which is called Frosted Flakes. Hello. Okay, here we go. And Sam and Tony the tiger met at the usual place. Drank till they were 3 sheets to the wind, radiant in their perfect disgrace. No one takes us seriously, they slurred from dusk till dawn. Instead of Shakespeare in the park, it's been Disney on the lawn. Studied with Stanislavski, memorized an actor prepares, but the only gig either one could get was selling cereal to squares. Tony was a Buddhist and took it all in stride, but with every spoonful of Fruit Loops, Sam swallowed his pride. Battle Creek to Hollywood, they prostituted their schemes. Heroes of prepubescence and victims of marketing schemes. Marketing schemes. Agents, they were has-beens, while ex-wives were more vehement. Led them for every red cent in prenuptial agreements. Sam's hacienda in Burbank went on the auction block, while Tony sold for peanuts Justin Bieber's refurbished yacht. Disillusionment, those consummate pros. Tony with his true stripes and Sam's endearing nose. Pair of animated animals whose hearts can also break, spilling cartoon tears into bowls of frosted flakes. Frosted flakes, bowls of frosted flakes, bowls of frosted flakes.
Oh, wow. You gotta love a vehement agreement rhyme.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wow. Did you remember that song at all? I mean, I'm thinking back because I used to play it.
You gave me a CD that had it on there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And so you heard the rockin' version of it then. Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the original version was much more stripped back and slow, and of course the band and now it just seems, I mean, I'm not averse to going back to that version, but it seems like I kind of like what the band did, and every time I sit down I'm like, no, I'm going to pretty much follow that. So
yeah.
All right. Are you good to go? I'm so happy to have you back.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be back. When was the last time?
I don't know. I mean, if we're talking about the horseshoe, it's got to be, I don't know. Could it be 10 years?
Yeah, at least 10 years, because Sherry used to take me there. And yeah. You remember Sherry DeLorenzo?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So
I mean, my sense of time is pretty bad, I mean, like being able to think back and go, when were we there, but and then of course that venue's gone, it's condos now or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, gross, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice venue. It had that nice open front.
Yeah, it had the big stage, and it was a very funky place. I mean, again, this is like a story. This is like a story for another time, because it's like the never-ending story. But it was kind of a challenge to play there, because it was, some nights the sound guy wouldn't show up and things like that. And but mostly that didn't happen. And I just loved the stage, and where it was just kind of like low key, and it just had a great vibe. But they just didn't really know what they had, I think. Yeah. And of course, when we were there, it was top notch, but
it was pretty awesome. I had a visitor who came all the way from Indiana to come see me.
Oh, that's great.
He drove 5 hours, and it was a special thing. Yeah.
Oh, well, I have an Indiana-centric song coming up, coincidentally.
Oh, all right.
And I'm not just planning to like slip it in there now. It was already in the set. So wow, what do you know? Well, I will knock it off, and I will let you take it away, and then we'll see you again in a little bit.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, Larry. So I'm gonna play. Oh, I don't know exactly how to fit in this frame. It changes depending on who's in the square. So I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit so you can actually see my eyes. Okay, yeah, if you can see my eyes, then you usually can't see my hands playing the keys, but we'll just live with it. All right, so this is a song that kind of came from, not a fever dream, but definitely from a dream. And I'll just let it speak for itself. I went off the rail and then I fell into a giant brain. I hit it hard. When I went down, fell between the hemispheres. My world was turning upside down. World was turning upside down. I fell into a giant brain. My elbow in its medulla, my head upon its frontal lobe, fell between the hemispheres. I fell into a giant brain. that's that. And I'm going to shift gears quite a bit. This is a co-write with my late friend Eric Agner. We recorded an album which we put out just before the pandemic called Violet Cusp. And we were going to record another one that had this song on it. So we never got that chance, but I play it a lot and I will play it for you tonight. This is where I am. Crossing the great divide with you on my mind and a mile high. Every raindrop waits, decides, travels down one or the other side. This is where I am. Crossing the river at sunrise. The bridge is high and the water's wide. The light gets brighter and more defined. Closer we get to the other side. This is where I am. Under an open sky, miles ahead and miles behind. I am crossing my own Rubicon. I'm not sure which side I'm on. This is where I am.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a little it's a strange transition, but that's wonderful. I love how accurate this is.
I was
What's
still
that?
trying to tune.
Oh.
Sounded great.
Sorry, my songs are too short.
No, sounded great. Sounded
Oh,
great.
thank you.
A real musician. I don't know what to do now.
Be you. We're all being us.
Maybe I should just go a cappella now because now I'm embarrassed.
Don't be.
All right. Hey, everybody. Hey, kids. All right. Well, I'm going to start out with a little since of a certain age. When you were younger, you would get a call from the girl like, "Hey, my parents aren't home. Come on over." Big time, right? Well, then when you get closer to my age, you get a call, "Hey, the kids are with their dads this weekend. Come on over." So this is about that. Oh, baby, who's that on the phone? He went to jail just to feel alone. Town of his lane, it's lover's town. Finally, the world around. So, baby, where's my kiss? Crank up the Aerosmith. What could be better than this? Our happy home. Pour a shot in my coffee cup. We're out at dad's to pick 'em up. Friday we'll get in a fight. Saturday'll be alright. Baby, where's my kids? Crank up the Aerosmith. What could be better than this? Our happy home. And pour a shot in my coffee cup. We're having goddamn dads to pick 'em up. Friday, let's get in a fight. Saturday will be alright. So baby, where's my kids? Crank up the Aerosmith. What could be better than this? Our happy home. Oh, baby, give me a kiss. Oh, better than St. Peter Chris. What could be better than this? I'll have to go. I'll have to go. Ain't that something? Okay. All right, hang on. Got to consult the score here. In these days of, short attention spans and, everybody wants everything condensed, I have decided to take the great Shakespearean play Romeo and Juliet, universal, right? And condensing it to about 25 words. Okay? It's like for the new generation. Anyway, this is called Juliet Just Wants to Have Fun. Bad choices, bad luck, bad parents, and she's stuck. Good love and good trouble, but good love and they die. But Juliet just wants to have fun. Yeah, Juliet just wants to have fun, fun. Cause he wants fun. Think love, think don't, and think poison, dagger drum. A bad choice, some bad luck, the bad parents, and she was stuck. But Juliet just wants to have fun. Oh, Juliet just wants to have fun. She wants roll. Yeah, sort of a work in progress there.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Nice job.
so that's okay, right? Because of
Yep.
the Cyndi Lauper quote.
Oh, yes.
It all
She just-
ties into it. All ties in.
She just called me and said, no problem.
I saw Kinky Boots, so you know I did my part. You know?
Not only did you see it, but I'm wearing them right now.
Well, I'm going to have to see some proof of that, pal.
Well,
Stick them on the desk. Stick them on the desk.
We'll do that after the show when we have our little we have our decompression mode. I gotta stay in the zone right here.
That's true.
I start putting my feet up and I'll pass out.
Who knows what could happen, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not here to find. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. All right, and we're getting more Boots requests. All right, I'm gonna extricate myself, at least put myself back here. Mike sounded great. See you in a little bit.
Give him hell, Larry.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, before I go too far down the boot wormhole there. So, all right. Wow. Great, Mike and Nancy sounded so good. I got to do my best to keep up with these two. So I am going to do, I think this is kind of like literally the most recent thing I've written. This is something that's going to be on the new Injured Party's third album. Was written after we started planning for the album. And you know, this is actually pretty good because it's just a year ago, because the algorithms have reminded me that we lost, and this ties in with something Mike and I were talking about. Oh my God. Between that and the Indiana thing, I don't know if like the stars are aligning here, but when we lost Queen Elizabeth, and I don't really care about that, but there was a phrase that somebody used, and I know it's not the first time that I've heard this, but it's one of those things that you don't pay close attention to, I think, until you hear it in a certain context. And of course, as songwriters, everybody's different how they approach it, but I think that one could argue that we all kind of have our radar up or antenna up or whatever you want to say for things that will strike us in a certain way. So I heard them talking about the royal coffin, and I thought there's just an amusing notion of the royal coffin. So that's what this is called, the royal coffin. And you know, we're in the process of getting ready to record this album, so this might still be somewhat in flux, maybe even lyrically, but the arrangement I'm going to play more or less is close to what the band is doing, minus all the nuances of the band. So it's still a work in progress is what I'm getting at, but it's new for everybody out there. The royal coffin. It's so roomy inside, you'll be glad you died in the royal coffin. Royal coffin. With all its extra feet, you can sit straight up and eat in the royal coffin. Royal coffin. Panels painted with clouds, only angels allowed in the royal coffin. Royal coffin. Every night's a perfect rest. Everyone will be impressed with the royal coffin. Royal coffin. The peasants will be jealous, too embarrassed to tell us they covet the royal coffin. Royal coffin. When the dirt hits the top, it sounds just like raindrops falling on the royal coffin. Royal coffin. my prayers. God will check on you down there in the royal coffin. Royal coffin. Snuggled up inside, you'll be happy you died in a royal coffin. Royal coffin. I'm just cracking up at my refined Townsendian movements there. All right, royal coffin. As I said, work in progress. All right. So I mentioned an Indiana-themed number here, and I'm doing a song from a band I was in. The first band I had when I was in Chicago, when I moved here, Post Office. This is the second of 2 albums Post Office recorded, and this is Fables and Slang. And this is a song called Going to Indiana, which last month I played a song off of that album that I hadn't played in a long time, and that felt pretty good. And this one I have also not played in a while, and like part of the lyrics came to me the other day in that way that, you know, like not out of searching for them, like something popped into my head. So when I sat down to plan the set tonight, I thought, oh yeah, you know, I should do Going to Indiana as opposed to actually going to Indiana. Here we go. I haven't played it in a while, so be kind. You packed up your things and flew, though I mean that metaphorically. The U-Haul was crammed with your possessions as you drove toward Muncie, saying, I'm going to Indiana, 'cause there's nothing else to do. It's just a stone's throw away, but I'd rather throw myself at you. Ooh. We really screwed it up this time, but at least we screwed up with style. And between every bitter tear, my face cracks with a smile. Remember? We're going to Indiana, 'cause there's nothing else to do. It's just a stone's throw away, but I'd rather throw myself at you. Ooh. Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, there are only 50 states, and I'll be in Guam next year at this rate. Maybe we can make it work. There are worse things people have done than throwing themselves in the path of a train when sane folks would turn and run. So I'm going to Indiana, 'cause there's nothing else to do. It's just a stone's throw away, but I'd rather throw myself at you. Going to Indiana, going to Indiana, going to Indiana.
There's the indie. Oh, there comes the Townsend
Yes.
simulation.
I feel the need, ready to rock. I'm rocking as best as I can, sans amp here.
Yeah, I actually have an amp because I just didn't know how it would work with TuneYard. I was going to run it through my regular computer speakers, but then I was worried about the echo. So
no, I like it. It's got that kind of like slightly overdriven, really super warm sound.
Oh yeah, I have no idea how it's coming across. Sounds overdriven.
I want to freak you out. I mean, I like it. It's got that like crisp edge.
Okay, good.
Not overdriven, not overdriven, like you've got a rat hooked up to it, and by that, of course, I mean the world famous rat pedal, not an actual rat. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, but that probably would be a similar effect you would not want.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just warm and saturated. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
It sounds like it's a weird connection. It sounded like, reminds me of the Johnny Fingers piano sound. You know who Johnny Fingers is?
No.
From the Boomtown Rats.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I mean, of course, he had the big acoustic piano sound, but then he had, I don't know if it was like a Yamaha, like electric.
And but it was really bright, as I remember.
Well, I mean, he played organ and stuff, but he had this like a couple songs where he had this very particular tone that just sounded excellent. And he would also have usually like a little tremolo on it, but it had that really warm, slightly overdriven sound. And when your first of the last two reminded me of that. It was of that sound, not necessarily of the song.
Oh yeah, I had a different tone on for that one.
Yeah. Well, enough of that tech stuff.
Yeah.
Let me turn it over to you and let you take it away. It sounded great last time, so I'm really looking forward to hearing what you got for this.
Thanks so much, Larry. All right, here we go. So sometimes I write things in a fit of pique, and they don't turn out like punk and angry and shouty. It's more like I channel all my intellect into it. So I'm not sure this is quite that, but it's something like that. Let's see if I can remember it. If she hasn't kicked you out, but you're sleeping on the couch and your very soul is crying for some mouth to mouth, analyze the data in your trail broken parts, find the salvageable parts. Unforgotten old acquaintances, reconnect the cables, gather up the parts you can reanimate. A little bit of Monica, a whole lot of Rosie, looks like Bela Lugosi. Frankenstein, Valentine, put together with bits that twine. Frankenstein, Valentine, building a lover from primordial slime. This composite of your dreams is still a temperamental queen, and your handiwork is coming a part of the seams. Desire manifest, but what can you do when she's the monster in you? Frankenstein, Valentine, tied together with bits of twine. Frankenstein, Valentine, building a lover from primordial slime. Frankenstein, Valentine, thought you found the fountain of youth. Frankenstein, Valentine, electric ladyland, electrocutes. La 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 All right, and now no more super tech talk, but I'm using the same sound as I did on the first tune in my first set. And this was inspired, I'll actually talk about this a little bit, This was inspired by a challenge during February Album Writing Month, which is it's a challenge that's been going on for since, well, I've been involved with it since 2006. It's been going on since 2004. It's where people write an entire album's worth of songs, or 14 songs in the month of February, so a song every other day. So it really pushes you to try new things. And one of the new things that we tried in, I believe it was 2014, was to take a 4-track tape and do a 4-way collaboration. So somebody would do the first track, say it's drums, then they send it to somebody else and they might put bass on it, and then so on and so forth until you have a 4-track recording. So we actually send it through the mail. And just thinking about how much I enjoyed the challenge, and also just remembering cassette tapes and different recording technology inspired this. Back in the day, all you needed was a tape deck. Underground radio or vinyl to cassette. Track listing for color ballpoint pen. We made them for each other back then. And everything we didn't say in the light of day would come through in the songs we play. Sticky, sweet, and gooey grit. Remixed emotions, tiny speakers sound like shit. Remixed emotions, whisper through the buzz, poetry and fuzz. The story of us in remixed emotions. Along the way you went and cleaned up your act. Traveled wide and left some things behind when you packed. Tried just to cover art for MP3s. You were way ahead of me. And everything we didn't say in the light of day will come through in the songs we play. On the stereo, remixed emotions, losing highs and losing lows. Remixed emotions, back to black and kind of blue. One for you and one for you. Gain and loss in remixed emotions. And now and then we like to send each other oldies. You know the kind we used to recreate in Dolby. Words and pictures on a screen, and suddenly we're 17. Our hearts beat with remixed emotions, bittersweet with remixed emotions. Some are gentle, some are kind, some we wish we could rewind. Then and now in remixed emotions. Then and now in remixed emotions. Then and now in remixed emotions.
Yeah, and I'm tuning again.
Caught you short again.
Let me ask you this. Do you ever, you know, like a harmonica rack or something? Can you do 2 instruments at once?
I don't think I've ever tried.
It's impossible, isn't it? I don't know how people do it. No?
I've seen Stanley Jordan play guitar and piano at the same time.
Well, piano is difficult enough, you know, because like I can maybe pound out a bad imitation of Jerry Lee Lewis. That's about as far as I got on the keyboard, you know. I got, you know, no left hand. It's a, you know, if I could do the runs like you're doing, oh, I'd never touch a guitar. I'd never touch a guitar again. And here we are. Okay, I thought I'd move straight to the political material, but don't worry, they're not too serious. Not to get uncool and heavy, as Neil from The Young One said. Okay, so the first order of business, and these songs are both in G. I didn't think it through. Sorry. Okay, the first order, nationalism. I hate nationalism. Like, okay, out of the millions of years of human civilization, you were born here and now, and like, what the hell did you do? Oh yeah, I love my, yeah. Anyway, this is in, the sad but true, everywhere is turning into America, right? Oh, you'll be free in America. So much to see in America. There's Applebee's in America. So Annie, get your gun. Annie, get your gun. Little boy, get your gun. Native land in America. Money grabbing America. Free blankets courtesy of America. So Annie, get your gun. Patty, get your gun. Little boy, get your gun. Don't try to flee from America. You'll never be free from America. 'Cause everywhere is America. Sorry. So Annie, get your gun. Patty, get your gun. Little boy, get your gun. Little girl, get your gun. Yeah, there's that. Okay, what else we got? This is, low-hanging fruit, but conspiracy theorists, okay? Look, they used to be cute. When I was a kid, the people, Elvis, they met Elvis, stuff like that. It's just, oh, wow, man. But this has gotten out of hand. You know what I mean? So, and, now people are like, oh, yeah, I'm wearing this. You're like, you're proud to be divorced from reality. So, anyway, good luck. This is called lied to. Like, what if they found out everything they believed was actually true? What if it's all true? What if you've been lied to? Yeah, it's all true. What if you've been lied to? Thought you knew just where it was at, but now they're fitting you for a tin-foil hat. Oh, how about that? What if it's all true? What have you been lied to? Yeah, when it's all true. What have you been lied to? Well, they'll be singing quite a different tune when you prove to them that a man never land on the moon, and not a moment too soon. Yeah, it's all true. You've been lied to. It's all true. You've been lied to. All you wanted was just one day in the sun, but you spent all day thinking about Area 51. And now the day is done. What if it's all true? What if you've been lied to? Well, it's all true. Yeah, you've been lied to. Ever get the feeling you were cheated?
I didn't mean to bring myself in before your little final Johnny Rotten homage there.
I think it's gone on too long anyway. That's enough of that.
You know, I couldn't agree more on that. It's how did you? It was so funny. You said, but they used to be kind of cute and cuddly and whatever. The
Yeah, remember that? I saw Elvis at Burger King. It's like, oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You know, it was great. You know.
Amazing how even something as just like beautifully bizarre as that kind of thing has been so completely co-opted.
Exactly. Everything turns to shit. You know what I mean? It's probably eccentricity now means you want to kill everybody. When did this happen, Larry?
I shouldn't be laughing, but yeah, I mean, I exactly right.
We were barefoot, had flowers in our hair, and now look at it. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, and in the Area 51 reference, there's I don't know if you heard I'm not going to play. I got one more song in a second, but the Injured Parties, one of our new songs is called oh boy, it's about the QAnon people.
They stormed Area 51, didn't it? Or they didn't storm it. It always ends up they're going to storm it, and then it's like 5 people. You know what I mean? But weren't they planning a takeover? Like they were going to go find out
something like that, because that's exactly one of the references in the song is directly related to Area 51. And besides, just it's one of those things where just saying Area 51, it's just like works so great in a song because everyone knows what that is.
Yes, it's shorthand for your nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to storm it and dig it up. You know what? They're going to find like a rubber chicken. Oh, this was the alien. You know what I mean?
I wish.
It would be so great, wouldn't it?
Hey, I haven't heard that before, I don't think. You know, my memory ain't what it was, but that song, that last one you played, is that newer or no? Or have I heard it?
Actually, you were in the room because when we opened for you guys at your record release, we played it then.
Oh, all right. I just never caught the Area 51 line before.
Well, you know Eric Chai from Montrose Saloon?
Yeah, right. Sure.
You know, he's Mr. Americana. You know, he's so great. So I figured that one was go over. So we played that, you know, just so maybe he would notice us.
Right. Did it work?
He said it was a good song.
Yeah,
he did say specifically.
He's a man of taste, yeah. All right. I'll let you relax, man.
Yeah. Get to it. I'm cutting into your time, man.
Hey, no. There's the time is very malleable, as you know, but it's like, probably best to keep this train heading toward its final destination. It sounded great as always. What a trooper. Putting up with my stuff. So, yeah, you know, the song is called "Q's Gone Dark." Yeah, I've been playing that on here I mean, lately it's been played quite a bit. I'm not going to play it tonight, but and it has that Area 51 line, and I mean, I guess if I was truly, which has happened in the past, in the in-person version of this, and then even in the online version with all this reference to, oh yeah, I've got Indiana coming up, and it's certainly not. If I were truly, I'm trying to think of how to put this because I'm engaged for sure here. If I were truly caught up in the spirit, I would just say to hell with it, and I would play the QAnon song, but I'm not going to do it. I've been playing it too much. Instead, for my last pass here, I'm going to go back. Well, first of all, let me bring my trusty Martin over here. Hey, buddy. And I'm going to play another Injured Party song from Product Placement. And this is one, it seems like a lot of months that I've sat down and said, what am I going to play, for Folk You this month? This one has come up. And I think I just, unlike the Frosted Flakes song where I was like, oh, you used to play it this way, and then the band rearranged it. And, I like that version of it now because it seems like, again, you got a melody, you got the lyrics, and then you got a lot of wiggle room. But in the case of like Frosted Flakes, it's hard for me to go back. I think the song's way better the way it is now. And then in the case here of this one, which is called Should've, I used to play it a lot at Folk U's. I know I remember real clear images of playing it at the Horseshoe, since that came up again to keep the connections going here. But it was like more or less kind of mimicking the album version. And then when I took it out today, I just made it like kind of strummier and folkier. And ironically enough, not ironically enough, I liked it better because every time I've pulled it out, I've been like, nah, I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to give it a try with this new revamped arrangement on it. And thanks again to, Ron Hayden's out there and Joy Young and Paul McComas weighed in before. And of course, I'll save the true, well, it's all true love, but the real accolades for Mike and Nancy at the end. But they're classing up the joint here. So anyway, this is Should've. Save my money, deposit it in the bank, instead of throwing it away on all the alcohol I drank. I should have been a doctor, stethoscope around my neck, taking temperatures and pulses, but not personal checks. Should've, would've, could've, nah. Should've, would've, could've, nah. I should've kept my trap shut. Now I gotta wear dentures. I misplaced my teeth during a verbal misadventure. Should have asked that girl out, sitting across the room. Her smile killed my heart when it was 22. Should have, would have, could have, nah. Should have, would have, could have, nah. I should have prayed harder for peace and prosperity. I didn't give it my best effort. Now God ignores me. I should have smelled the roses, not griped about the thorns, acted sit on the stage instead of getting into porn. Should've, would've, could've. Nah, nah, nah. Should've, would've, could've. Nah, nah, nah. I should have never lied, but lies are much easier than sticking to the truth, since it makes you queasier. I should have called my mother more often on the phone, instead of mailing birthday cards to the old folks' home. I should have fed the homeless. I should have been a cook. I should have watched less TV and read better books. I should have driven slower and not leaned upon the horn. I should have started walking on the day I was born. Should've, would've, could've. Nah, nah, nah. Should've, would've, could've. Nah, nah, nah. Should've, would've, could've. Nah, nah, nah. Should've, would've, could've.
I'm feeling that song. Definitely feeling that song.
I held off on my Townsendian conclusion there too.
Yeah, you surprised me.
It took every ounce of energy that I have left to avoid it. So, yeah, it's interesting. You know, it's like a lot of months I'll come across that song and I'll think, yeah, I should play it, and then it's just in my mind. I had like, you know, the rocked up version, and then tonight I played it much more strummier, and I kind of changed the melody a little bit, brought it where it kind of comes up and then comes down, and it was just like, oh man, that's it, that's the sweet spot. So felt good to play that again. I mean, I'm kind of liking my singing and things tonight, which is not always the case. So
yeah, so you thought that you should have, and you did, instead of saying should have, could have, would have.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I'm taking my own philosophizing to heart, I guess.
Very good.
For once.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will let you do your thing, and looking forward to your last pass. I'm not looking forward to it as a last pass, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and then we'll see you at the end as well.
Yes, look forward to that.
Yep.
Okay. This is one from 2008. Another one written in a fit of pique. Go figure. My push-up bra is pushing. My leotard's too tight. It's gonna be another long night. He's got the silk scars, he's got the knives. This is the story of my life. I am the magician's assistant. The title's a misnomer. You should see my job description. I am the magician's assistant. This is how it feels to do it backwards in high heels. I was the sorcerer's apprentice. I learned to do his thing. Gave a little plumage and he took me under his wing, and Yeah, I play the ingenue, but I am not naive. Even when he's naked, he's got something up his sleeve. I know where to find the trapdoors and move so he won't hurt me. I know his disappearing act, he's not gonna desert me. I know his secrets very well, better than I'll ever tell. I am a magician's assistant. The title's a misnomer. You should see my job description. I am a magician's assistant. This is how it feels to do it backwards in high heels. The guy's stage presence is a little grandiose. I smell his coping mechanism when we're standing close. I let him tell me that he'll be the next Houdini. Gaze at him adoringly so he won't feel so teeny. The crowd disperses, we're alone. I grab the keys and drive him home. I am the magician's assistant. The title's a misnomer. You should see my job description. I am the magician's assistant. This is how it feels to do it backwards in high heels. And over to you, Mike.
Yay! Wonderful, wonderful. Listen, do you know who Regina Spektor is by any chance?
I sure do, yes.
That last one especially, you got that kind of vibe, you know?
Ah.
I don't stream music. I don't know how Spotify, but like if somebody goes, if you like Regina Spektor, yeah, it should go right to one of your tunes. You know what I mean?
Well, that is a high compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Excellent stuff there.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's close. I would say we're going from the sublime to the ridiculous, but the other songs I did were all ridiculous anyway. So let's go from the ridiculous to the ridiculous, huh? And who could be more ridiculous than Kim Fowley, right? This is called Kim Fowley Knows the Way. I don't know if he does or not, but you know. They said her name was Bubblegum. And if you want to stay forever young, hey, listen to what that man said. Up all night and he's up all day, running wild with the runaway. Kim Fowley knows the way. Hey, Kim Fowley knows the way. In between Pinky and Jim Morrison, all hail the tall, cool one. Hey, listen to what that man said. No need to make it 'cause he used to sing. Everything's better with the tambourine. Hey, Kim Fowley knows the way. Yeah, Kim Fowley knows the way. Hey. The animal boy needs the animal girl. He's the real king of the nighttime world. Hey, Kim Fowley knows the way. Hey, Is that Pete Townsend enough?
That'll do the trick. That'll do the trick. Nice job.
That was a great closer.
Yes.
Always a pleasure.
Yes. Wow, man. A Kim Fowley drop of the of the name. How appropriate.
Yeah, we have a song about Rodney Bingenheimer, so I always thought it would have been a great single to put him on one side, and then we had to have a song about Kim Fowley. So there you go.
Well, that was amazing, Nancy. Your stuff was terrific as well. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Do either of you have something you would like to plug in particular? And you can mention best way people can find you on the interwebs, as we say, and or any upcoming gigs or whatever it might be.
Ladies first. We've already been over that.
We've been over that. We've been over that. Yeah, I am working on my next thing, figuring out what my next thing is. My band just went on hiatus. So but I mentioned an album earlier. I would love if people check that out. It's called Violet Cusp by Eric Agner and Nancy Rost. And I'm actually going to be in Chicago next month for the Farm Folk Alliance Regional Midwest. So maybe I'll see you or other people who are watching this.
When is that? When is that?
That's the, I think I'm going to be on there on the 20th and 21st. Not positive on that, but it's from the 19th to the 22nd.
Okay. And then what's your website, Nancy? It's there's nancyrost.com. They changed platforms on me, so it doesn't look the same and function the same, but it's still got my stuff on it and stuff. There's also a Facebook Nancy Rost music page, and you could just Google me and you'll find all the Nancy Rost stuff. And I gotta say too, I forgot from you mentioned FOM. I did that once years ago.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. And it's like it was hard. It was hard, I mean, I think I got one producible song out of it, which I did record it on it's on my Good Grief solo album, the last solo album I did, called Sniper.
I remember it. I commented on that one.
Yeah. And God knows, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was some other stuff that came from that, but it was tough. So I was going to make a reference to that, and then I got caught up in something else. But yeah, that's right. That is how we met. What do you know?
Can you briefly explain what this is? I've never heard of this.
So it's called February Album Writing Month, and so every February people go on this website. FOM.org, or now they bought FOM.com too. Yeah, you know about FOM.com, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
Anyway, you go on that site, and there you can post the songs as you write them. You can just post a title, or you can post lyrics, or a recording, whatever. And then people check out each other's stuff and egg each other on and give each other internal challenges. But the main thing is just write a lot of stuff, because the more stuff you write, the more good stuff you write.
How about that?
Yeah, it's similar to like the there's a novel writing month.
Yeah, National Novel Writing Month.
Which is coming up. I think it's in November.
November, yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have known the internet could be used for good things?
Yeah, right.
Go figure.
Like Mike, you're fairly prolific anyway. At least that's how you strike me. You're pretty prolific, right?
Yeah, Jack, I got 23 Skidooya a song. You know what I mean? I wish people would be like the old Brill Building days.
Yeah.
We need 10 songs about surfing by the end of the day. Oh, I would have ran wild in that place. I could have been the next Neil Sedaka or something.
You'd be perfect for FOM. I mean, as much as I say it was tough for me, I mean that just like Nancy says, you get kind of inspired by other people that are involved, and then you get these different prompts for songs, and it's just, if nothing else, it's just the challenge of doing it is something, and you're already like quick.
I gotta look into it. But as long as they're like, you can't take a vote and go, this guy's too obnoxious. He's gotta go. Because my psyche couldn't take that. You know what I mean?
I'm a moderator on the site, and you would be fine. I mean, there's people who spam the forums with, actual spam. And we kick those people out. But
so you do kick some. You do have to kick some people off.
Yeah.
Oh, the power!
I can imagine that there could be some trouble that could emerge for something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's rare. Mostly we have bots handling the spam now, so we don't have to do much. But I was going to say, when you mentioned the Brill Building, is that one of the things that FOM has facilitated, especially since 2008, is collaboration. And you can find someone. I mean, you could do like a typical lyrics composer kind of split, or there's people who just kick ideas back and forth, and that's really inspiring too.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Yeah, the thing that's interesting about that, like anything internet based, is that you can get people collaborating with you from all over, right?
Right.
Yeah, one thing to find like a local person to collaborate with, or even like somebody that you already have a connection with, but here you can get these like great matchups that you wouldn't normally have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Mike, I of course I took us off track there for a second. I want to make sure people know how to find your stuff.
Well, as far as finding us, whatever, but let me tell you this. Okay, this is 30 years of Letterbomb.
Wow.
It's been, can you, oh my, it's like.
Even I didn't know that.
I bitch about the Stones and Kiss and the Who, and look it. We're still gonna, we're playing at Phyllis's again, Never heed your own advice, right? But here's what's coming up, because you guys probably have Bandcamp, right? Bandcamp.
Sure.
It's a good place to play. But we have the 30 years, we got all this stuff, So me and the boys were thinking, like, if you condense our whole 30-year career into one CD, it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's really not bad. So after like negotiating, and we just had to, anyway, we're going to make a greatest hits. Ironically, of course. Yeah. And we're going to put that up. So like, if just listen to that. And if you don't like that, that is the top dollar best we have. You know what I mean? So that's what's coming out. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking like for the cover, it'll be like 2 7s for blackjack, which is like the hardest decision to make. Do you split them and have 2 potential losing hands, or do you keep them and probably have a losing hand? It's like the Groucho Marx thing. You lose either way. So I thought that would be perfect.
Part of your aegis. Yeah.
That's like it's a good shell against failure. Well, we knew it was a failure. What's your problem? So that's coming up.
Just to clarify, Letterbomb is your band of 30 years here, right? Yeah. For the people.
These 30 years. Yeah. If you go to Bandcamp, Letterbomb, if you Google, it's a coup too. If you Google Letterbomb, we're the first thing that comes up. I don't know how. Great. I don't have nothing to do with that. My brother handles all that online shit. But there's a whole bunch of bands. Letterbomb.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Letterbomb.
Green Day apparently has a song called Letterbomb. My lawyers are looking into that, number one. But no, I didn't know that. But then all of a sudden, all this stuff pops up. But anyway, if you Google Letterbomb, we're Letterbomb. The Bandcamp shows up. Have at it. It's all free.
Yeah. Or Letterbomb Chicago will get you to the right place.
Probably Letterbomb Mike Pecucci.
And Facebook, all that.
Letterbomb UK, so we don't have to worry about that. Do you remember when bands would do that? It'd be like, who was it? Like the Chameleons UK and stuff like that. Because there's a USA Chameleon.
I just read Paul Collins' book, The Beat.
Oh yeah, Paul Collins.
And English Beat. There's a negotiate all this crap. It's like Paul Collins is like, the guy can't win for losing. He can't even pick a band name.
Was that a good book, Mike?
Oh, it was great, but it's a story. It's a conversation for another day. But why do you do yourself like? Oh, I moved to New York and we couldn't find good cocaine, so somebody was selling heroin. And that's a good idea. It's like you could just see this guy's whole life, and there's so many guys like that. They get a taste of the big time, and then always try to get. They're always trying to get it back. That's why I'm
Right.
kind of glad for myself. I'm kind of glad we failed from the outset because you'd be dead or you'd be Paul Collins. You know what I mean? I'm happier just doing what I do. You know.
Well, on that note,
Oh yeah.
gentle Paul Collins, he
Oh,
just looked up from his TV dinner and he's like, "What? Somebody's talking about me," you know. So I will say thank you so much to Mike. I never get Mike Pecucci, and then to the other side of Mike, Nancy Rost, and we'll give a hand to them and to
wonderful stuff.
everybody here.
Wonderful stuff, both of you.
Thank you for being a part of this Folk You show tonight. Again, a part of our 21st year. And let's do this again soon.
Yeah, thanks, Larry. I'd love to.
Of course. So let's say sayonara to all, and you guys don't go anywhere because we'll have our post show debriefing. And thanks to everybody for tuning in tonight, and we will see y'all soon. I'm going to do a wave even